Along with in-studio producer Darby Washington, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back with you here as we are getting set for West Delaware taking on Central Dewitt. As we're starting this duel at 220 pounds, and we are up to weight class 113 and have not had a match. So 4 matches in, and we have not seen a match yet, as Central Dewitt forfeited at 220 pounds. Central DeWitt forfeited at 220 and 285. West Delaware forfeited at 106, and DeWitt Central forfeited at 113. And that's going to bring us up to weight class 120, as coming up here for the Hawks is Logan Riley. And Logan Riley will be taking on Ira Kane, moving up. So they forfeited at 113, and here's Logan Riley with a takedown, and now he's got a drive cradle locked up, looking for the fall on Kane. Still looking, our official looking close. He's rolled over his back a couple times, and now he's got it. Riley trying to cinch it up here. Riley getting a little high here on this drive cradle. Kane trying to pop his head out, and Riley's got to settle his hips if he's going to pick up the fall here, or else he might get rolled through, as it's going to be 5-0, as Riley will pick up 3 near fall. Now he's going to settle back in, try it again, and there's the fall. In 55 seconds, the fall for Logan Riley over Ira Kane. And that's going to move us up to weight class 126. And we're going to move up, and it's going to see Sam Phillips coming up for the Hawks. We'll see what the Sabres do here, as they have Ryland Doolittle listed here. We'll see if he comes out here for the Sabres as Sam Phillips comes up.
At 126 pounds, wrestling for the West Delaware Hawks, Sam Phillips. Wrestling for the Central DeWitt Sabres, Ryland Doolittle.
That is Ryland Doolittle. So the senior from West Delaware, Sam Phillips, taking on the sophomore for DeWitt Central, Ryland Doolittle. As we're underway here, it's 24-6 is our team score, as West Delaware again picked up a forfeit from Will Wenger at 220, a forfeit from Richie Hevron at heavyweight, and they gave one up at 106 pounds. Patrick Woods got a forfeit at 113. Logan Riley getting the fall at 120, making our score 24-6. And here's Sam Phillips with a takedown in 20 seconds here on Ryland Doolittle. And he's got a 2-0 lead here. 24-6, the Hawks lead it. As now Phillips has a double chicken wing locked up, or he's got the chicken wing on the right side locked up, looking for a double. And he's going to try to run it here, try to run the single wing. He's got a half Nelson on the left, and now he's going to run the half Nelson here with the chicken wing locked up. He's picking up near fall points. Looking for the fall is Sam Phillips, as he's going to break the grip there and pick up 2 near falls, so he's going to lead it here 4-0 with 50 seconds left to go in this first period. And now he's looking to lock up that wing once again on Ryland Doolittle. Seen the Doolittle name quite a bit here in DeWitt, as Grayson Doolittle, I believe, just graduating not that long ago for the Sabres. And now we've got Ryland Doolittle going up. You know, you always come across those family names that you see a lot of in a town, as Doolittle's one of them. Still Munkus. Enyart has been around a while. Kageman. You see some of these names, and I'm not sure when you get up here into this heavyweight. As you get up into the heavyweights, they've got kids listed, but nobody came out for the Sabres, so not sure what the deal was there. As 12 seconds remain here in this first period, Sam Phillips with a 4-0 lead over Ryland Doolittle. And period coming to an end here. Doolittle up to his feet. Phillips will hold on. And we'll go to the second period, 4-0. It'll be Doolittle's choice. He's going to defer over to Phillips. Phillips will choose down to start this second period. As he goes down, 2 minutes remain here, or just about to start the second period. Sam Phillips up 4-0. He comes quickly to his feet, as he's going to, Doolittle breaks him back down to his base. Phillips has to come up here, as he's still working up. Hasn't gone flat down to his stomach. That's what you like to see. Still working up. But now he's got his knee right up next to his head. You got to be careful there, as you might see a cradle come from Doolittle, but Phillips doing a nice job of maintaining that base and not letting Doolittle break him down to his stomach.
1 minute 30 seconds into the first
As
period.
here we go, 1:30 left to go, second period. Phillips still on his base. Doolittle doing a good job of trapping the arms and hands of Sam Phillips, not allowing him to come up and pick up any points here. So here we go. Phillips still trying to work up. Now he's going to come up to his feet. He's got to break the hands. There's a 1-point escape for Sam Phillips, and he leads it 5-0 here.
Well, Jamie, that was just good hand control by Sam Phillips. Finally feeling that pressure, working that hand. Now he's in on the nice high crotch, and he's going to take Ryland Doolittle down to his backside, and he's going to cover the hips. He's in on the leg Turk. Let's see if he can shove that left elbow and go cross face to far shoulder and pick up some more back points. He's still in deep on that Turk, and let's see if he can hook that shoulder and take Ryland Doolittle to his back. Again, Ryland Doolittle built like the rest of the Doolittles, long and lean, and I'll tell you what, they're very tough to wrestle because of their length. You've really got to wrap them up tight, and Sam Phillips doing a good job. 32 seconds left in this second period. Phillips up 7-0. And Phillips still has the Turk in. He's got the left leg of Ryland Doolittle trapped underneath, and now he's going to kick the Turk free and go to work on that cross face. Cross face from right to left, and now he's going to hook that leg. He's got a high figure 4 on the right leg now of Doolittle. He's going to try to shove that left elbow and comes with a hard cross face. Nice job by Sam Phillips, controlling the hips, controlling the legs, controlling everything about Ryland Doolittle. He can't get any back points out of it as time's going to expire. Well, they said they were going to take a 10-minute break, and I think it was about a 7-minute break. So Jamie and I didn't quite get our suppers finished. I appreciate that, Jamie, taking over and taking the first part of that match, so I could scarf that slice of Happy Joe's pizza down. And you've got the last beef burger from the concession stand you're waiting to eat. So
I offered it to you.
yeah, I know you did, but
It's just the kind of guy I am. You know?
You look like you were just ready for that. All right, third period underway. Doolittle's going to choose down. Phillips doing a nice job with the tight waist, chicken wing, tight waist on the left, chicken wing on the right. Again, Sam Phillips trying to tighten up that double chicken wing, and we're going to get a stalemate right there. Thank you very much. And Phillips is going to cut Doolittle loose. And we're going to go back to our feet. And we're going to go to neutral. 7-1 now, 1:23 left to go. High crotch by Phillips. He's going to cut across to a double. He's got Doolittle sitting on his backside, and he's going to Turk him. Let's see if he can turn this into some back points this time. As he does, Doolittle latches onto his right leg. There's 2 on the Turk. Goes to a hard cross face to left shoulder. Let's see if he can turn. He's got Doolittle on his back, picking up some back points. Pretty as a picture, Sam Phillips with that Turk. He's not going to get the fall, but he's going to certainly pick up 3 near fall off that. 58 seconds left to go, and he's going to extend his lead here to 12-1. And let's see if he cuts him loose and goes again to work on that technical fall. He's 4 points away from a technical fall. He's going to chicken wing the right side. He's got 43 seconds. And again, talking about bonus points. Again, down the road, bonus points are going to be huge. And Sam Phillips now trying to load Doolittle up with a drive cradle. He's got his head in the right ribs. And Doolittle bases down, bellies down. And Sam Phillips goes right to a cross-face cradle on the far side. Let's see if he can lock it up. 22 seconds left. Sam Phillips is not content with that 12-1 lead. He's still working on building that lead. Now he stuffs the head of Doolittle, Ryland Doolittle, the sophomore from Central DeWitt. And again, Jamie, you were right at the top of the order here. Tell you what, Central DeWitt has 9 seniors from weight class 138 to 285. They have seniors listed. I'm not sure what happened there, but they had seniors listed. That's a nice match by Sam Phillips over a very, very good Ryland Doolittle, 12-1. Tell you what, that's a solid match. And Jamie, you get your second major decision. And Walker Wegener is going to take on Zach Meyer right here. Weight class 132. And Wegener very physical. There's a hard collar tie by Wegener, and he picks the knee of Zach Meyer, and he's not going to give up two. Gets a little high, and Meyer went to a tripod and almost took Wegener to his back, and there's going to be a 2-point takedown by Wegener on the edge of the mat. Meyer quickly goes to that tripod, and Wegener pulls Meyer off to the side, so we're going to get a restart. Meyer set, Wegener on the left side. There's a nice hard tight waist chop by Wegener. 2-on-1 now by Wegener. He's got the left arm of Zach Meyer trapped underneath. Hard crossface again from right to left. And here comes a cross body ride now by Wegener on the left side of Zach Meyer. And it gets a little bit high. He's going to try to set up the banana split. Meyer's going to try to hip heist out of it. Zach Meyer is a very, very good scrambler. Let's see if he can scramble out of this and pick up a 2-point reversal. Wegener trying to set up there's going to be a 2-point reversal by Meyer. That's two. Reversal by Meyer. He's got to stay up behind the arms now. And he's got to kick his leg free. Trying to set up that chalice if he can. He's doing a great job. He's got to kick that right leg free. Zach Meyer needs to kick his right leg free and go back to work. He's going to go over the top of Wegener. Maybe set up a chalice. Now he's got to hook his leg. He's got to go back in and hook that leg. Wegener trying to get out of it, and that's going to be a 2-point reversal by Wegener. And it's 4-2 now. 32 seconds left to go. Tight waist by Wegener. Spiral by Wegener. Half Nelson by Wegener. Cross body ride again by Wegener. Meyer's very good in this position. Boy, there's a guillotine. He's got the arm of Zach Meyer. Meyer's going to bail out of it and catch Wegener on his back, and Wegener's going to roll him off to the side. Meyer rolls Wegener to his back, and off the mats we go. It's 4-2. Should be 4-2. Takedown Wegener, reversal Meyer, reversal Wegener, 4-2. That's what we've got here. Takedown, reversal, reversal. And 14.3 seconds left to go in the first period. And our referee went to check the score table just to make sure. Tell you what, great officiating here tonight. You know, and that's you just like to see that. It's early in the season, but I'll tell you what, you just like to see good officiating. And they're letting the guys wrestle, and they're not calling points too early. They're just doing a great job. So kudos to our officials here tonight at Central DeWitt. Kudos to our athletic director, Mr. Kurt Kreider. Got out of the head coaching job here just a few years ago, and congratulations to him too. His fine son, Casey Kreider, is the long snapper for the Iowa Hawkeye football team. Casey Kreider, an outstanding athlete here at Central DeWitt, and he's done a great job for the Iowa Hawkeye team, snapping.
And that's one of them jobs that kind of goes unnoticed because, for him, he's been so consistent the last 4 years doing the long snapping down there that you don't really think about it. But tell you what, he's done a great job for 4 years down there.
Sure has. And Coach Kreider over next to us, he's right next door. He's doing the simulcasting. I'll tell you what, he's got his trip booked up to Tampa, and he's going to enjoy that a whole bunch. We're back to action right here with Zach Meyer and Walker Wegener. Meyer doing a great job underneath with hand control. Almost able to score there. Walker Wegener, let's check this out. Watch that knee. Meyer doing a great job with hand control. Takes that hand over the top, and he's going to try to come out the back door. Let's see if he can score two here on the reversal. Wegener steps over the leg. Meyer's going to try to cut the corner on Wegener. He's going to hook him, and Meyer gets himself back up top, and Meyer's going to score two on the reversal and ties this up 4-2. Great scramble by the senior from West Delaware. 4-4, ties it up at 4-4. Great scramble by the senior from West Delaware, taking on the junior from Central DeWitt. Again, now hard crossface by Meyer from left to right. He's got he stepped over the left ankle of Wegener. Now here comes Wegener. As Meyer got a little bit high with his ride, Wegener traps that left arm of Zach Meyer. Meyer's going to try a three-quarter Nelson on Wegener. Let's see if he can cut him. He stepped over that ankle. He's going to try a three-quarter Nelson, and Wegener does a nice job showing a little bit of strength right there with that, preventing that three-quarter Nelson. Meyer doing a great job 12 seconds left to go. You don't want to give up any points right here. If you're Zach Meyer, he's going to go to the third period, and he's got this thing tied up at 4s. And it's going to be Wegener's choice to start this third period. Zach Meyer doing a great job on top riding. That's a solid match, solid period. Wegener's choice, Central DeWitt, the home team on the scoreboard, of course. They've got the green leg bands on. West Delaware not wearing any leg bands. So Wegener is going to get set. Meyer's going to ride the right side. There's a standing switch attempt by Wegener. Zach Meyer does a nice job catching him. Short set again by Wegener. Snapback attempt by Meyer. Meyer gets a little bit high. Wegener catches his head and pulls himself around for a 2-point reversal. Zach Meyer catches Wegener's leg. Let's see if he can turn this into a 2-point reversal back. He catches the right leg of Wegener. Let's see if he can pull Wegener underneath. Zach Meyer, the fireman's finish. He's got to get his head up and pull that knee underneath. He's going to try to circle behind Wegener and score a 2-point reversal. Wegener doing a nice job posting. Meyer still latched onto that right leg of Walker Wegener. And he's got a cradle. He's got Zach Meyer loaded up in a cradle. Meyer's got to get his arm out. He does get his arm out. Now he's around the head of Wegener. Let's see if he can come out the back door. Zach Meyer in a ton of scramble positions and doing a great job here. We're going to get a stalemate. Boy, oh boy, he just couldn't get his head out the back side. Zach Meyer doing a great job here. Wegener up 6-4, and it's going to be Meyer's choice, or not his choice. Meyer is going to go down with 1:04 left to go. Wegener looking a little bit tired here, Jamie, so we'll see if Zach Meyer can use that conditioning. That next 1:05, here's that situation you practice in the wrestling room. You're down by 2 with a minute to go. Situational wrestling. Wegener slaps a crossbody right in on the left side of Zach Meyer again. And we'll see if Meyer can mule kick out of it or tripod roll out of it. Wegener trying to set up that banana split. 42 seconds left to go. Meyer gives Wegener his right arm. Wegener trying to set up that guillotine off of it. We'll see if Meyer can kick that leg free. Meyer's going to try to kick that leg free as Wegener's going to try to take him to his back. And Wegener gets a little bit smart right there and kicks the leg free. 22 seconds. That was a lot of time wasted right there. Wegener now, the crossbody, kicks the crossbody right now, kicks it out. Zach Meyer flat on his stomach. Tough match here, 6-4 with 10 seconds left to go. And Wegener is showing a little bit of strength there with that ride. Zach Meyer has 3 seconds left to go. He's not going to get the job done. 6-4 is going to be your final. Zach Meyer losing a very tough, another tough match right there by Zach Meyer, Jamie, but doing a good job. You know, that's just getting back into the varsity lineup, and he's a little bit small for 132, but he's doing a nice job filling in.
Yeah, he really is, and you know that's you're gonna have to win some matches like that if you're Zach Meyer. We're gonna get a forfeit for Bo Vasky, so won't see Tyler Stillmunkus there at 138.
Jamie, Central DeWitt has a ton of kids on their bench over here, and we're just kind of wondering what's going on. They got some big kids here that didn't wrestle, and we're not sure what coach is trying to do here, but tell you what, it's 34-9.
DeWitt Central, they're coached by Ed Vance, Matt Onemus, Andy Cruzy, Don Sawyers, and Greg Green. As now we're moving up to weight class 145. We're going to see Mason Steffen from West Delaware. He will be taking on Emmett Enyart here at 145 pounds. So good matchup here as Emmett Enyart, he's been around a while here for Central DeWitt as he comes into tonight's dual meet with a 5-3 record this year. So tough matchup here for Mason Steffen, who's 3-3.
Yeah, another tough matchup for Mason Steffen. Sweep single by Emmett Enyart, and he tries to arm drag through. Steffen, as he tries to arm drag and hit that go behind, that's a nice job by Mason Steffen. He catches that heel, takes it up to a single front trip, and takes Emmett Enyart down to the mat for a 2-point takedown. West Delaware Hawks off the edge, hustling right back to the center. And again, that's nice. That's a good job by the Hawks. Enyart will get set. Looks like Steffen will ride the left side. And there's the whistle. Outside stand-up attempt by Enyart. And Stefan goes right back to work on that cross face. He's going to step over the right ankle of Enyart, and he's going to shove that left elbow across the face and try to set up that cross face cradle. Boy, if he can lock it up, Enyart's coming to an outside stand-up. That's just kind of what you want right there. I think Stefan can lock up a cradle right there. He's trying to shove that elbow across. And Enyart almost on all fours. Stefan gets that arm shoved across. Let's see if he can lock up that cross-face cradle. He's going to have to take the head to the knee, kick the leg off. He's off the leg. Now he's going to try to take the head to the knee, and Enyart does a nice job with hand control, peels off the cross-face. So Stefan's going to put the crossbody right in, and I'm not sure if that's what Coach Voss wants Mason Stefan, as his hips are down to the mat. If you're riding the legs, you never want your hips to fall off the top. And there's a figure 4 on the body right there by Mason Stefan. You can scissor the body, not figure 4 it. You used to be able to figure 4 the head, but they outlawed that too. So the only thing you can do right now is scissor the body. Mason Stefan put the figure 4 on the body. That's going to cost him a point, so it's 2-1. 7.6 seconds left to go. Weight class 145. And that's going to do it. First period over. The Hawks up 34-9 in the dual team score, leading this match 2-1.
A lot of forfeits so far. As Will Wanger, Richie Hevron got forfeits to start this thing off. West Delaware gave up a forfeit at 106. Patrick Woods getting a forfeit at 113. Logan Riley with a fall. 126. Sam Phillips with a major decision. Zach Meyer losing 6-4, and Bo Vasky picking up a forfeit at 138, and that brings us here to 145 with Mason Stefan and Emmett Enyart.
All right, it's going to be Enyart's choice, and he's going to choose down. And that's going to be a nice job by Mason Stefan as he collapses Enyart. Takes him right down to his belly, and Enyart's working good hand control right now. He's got the right arm of Mason Stefan. Now he comes to an outside stand-up, and he's going to try to score 1 there. Stefan drops in on a single, and he's going to cut across to a double, and he's going to take Enyart back down to the mat. That's a nice series by Mason Stefan. Looked like Enyart was going to score, and he did a nice job right there to not give the points up. It's 2-1 is all in this match, so it's anybody's match up to this point. 1:14 left to go in the second period. Mason Stefan, if you're given riding time, Mason Stefan would have a ton of time racked up right now.
Yes, he would, as he's been on top since essentially the beginning of this match here. So he's done a great job so far, but he's just got to keep that up and get to his choice in the third.
And he's going right back to work on that cross-face cradle from right to left, and Enyart doing a nice job when Stefan comes to that cross-face. He does a nice job peeling the cross-face off and then keeping the wrist. 42 seconds left to go. I'm surprised we're not getting stalling on somebody, as this match has really slowed down. Mason Stefan holding a slim 2-1 lead. Now it goes to a nice inside wrist on the left side of Enyart, and Enyart gets up to all fours, and Mason Stefan reaches back and grabs that ankle and drives him forward, and they're going off the edge of the mat. And Coach Voss, as they get reset to the middle, Coach Voss says, hey, stick with that 2-on-1. Roll that wrist out, work a bar, work something off of it. If he's not giving you the cradle, Jamie, you gotta have another match going. If you can't get the cradle, you gotta have another pinning combination.
Well, you do, and you can't stick to one thing. You know, last year we saw the last couple of years with Zach Muller. We thought he was strictly he could only do that fireman's carry, but you know he started to develop a couple more takedowns on his feet, and you gotta have that go-to move. And Mason Stefan's going to give up an escape here with 10 seconds left to go. He's going to tie this thing up 2-2, and it's going to be his choice to start the third.
And he's going to go down, and he comes with an outside stand-up, and Emmett Enyart with a hard, tight waist and a chop, and he's going to take Mason Stefan to his belly. And I think we're going to get some blood time. Somebody's bleeding, and I would think it's going to be Emmett Enyart, or it's going to be Mason Stefan. Mason Stefan will take some go to the blood corner. Let's take a short timeout. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Walmack wrestling action. It's the Hawks and the Sabres doing battle right here at the Central DeWitt Gymnasium on 94.7 KMCH.
Along with in-studio producer Darby Washington, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back with you here from the DeWitt Central High School Gymnasium as we've got Mason Steffen up for the Hawks taking on Emmett Enyart. The Hawks leading this one 34-9, and there's an escape by Mason Steffen, and he's going to lead it 3-2 here.
I'm not sure if that was, I think Enyart just said, hey, I can't turn you. I'm just going to let you go. I was close to getting a takedown. So we're going to go back to neutral. Steffen hanging on to a 3-2 lead. He'd like to come out of here 1-1 tonight. Lost a match. Mason Steffen losing to John Engelbrecht from Mount Vernon in that first duel. He'd like to come out of here 1-1 tonight and go above 500 for his season record. 55 seconds left to go. 3-2. Jamie, if you're Mason Steffen right now, you've got to stay on the attack. You can't go completely defensive here.
No, you can't. You can't. This 45 seconds is still. It's going to feel like an eternity here, and you can't go to stalling here. You got to stay on the offense because there's enough time here for a couple stalling calls. So you got to stay on the offense.
And there's a single by Enyart. He's in deep, and a hard whizzer. That's going to be a 2-point takedown. Hard whizzer by Steffen, and again he had that whizzer in deep, and he just kind of gave up with it. He didn't get his hip in. He had that whizzer, and he didn't hip down. He didn't hip into it. And that made it very easy for Emmett Enyart to pick up that 2-point takedown, and it's now 4-3. It's now 4-3. 7 seconds. Mason Steffen is not moving at all underneath, and he's going to lose this match 4-3. And that's going to do it right there. Boy, that's a tough one to lose, Jamie. That was a tough one to lose. Mason Steffen not happy with himself, but, he's the one that wrestled the match.
Yeah, he put himself in, some not so good situations there. So, you know what? Hopefully he can come back from that because the Hawks are gonna need him down the road here to come up and win some big matches. We're gonna move up to weight class 152. We got Timmy Tutton coming up for the Hawks. He's taking on Mason Cousins from DeWitt Central.
Another one of those seniors in the lineup. We started at weight class 220 and moving along nicely. The only thing good about the forfeits, Jamie, is we'll be out of here before 10 o'clock.
Won't be home before 10, but we'll be.
With you driving, yes, we will. That's a good thing. All right. All right, Timmy Tutton going at it here at weight class 152. I'll tell you what, Tim Tutton needs a win here, Jamie. And again, he's giving that forward pressure. Again, you got to watch that forward pressure. Again, he's really good at giving that forward pressure. You got to get to the side.
Uh-oh.
And this could turn into a brawl. Mason Cousins, I'll tell you what, this could be a brawl before it's over.
Couple face slaps there as the two get at it, and I think that second one was enough to spark a little fire in Tim Tutton, and he's going to pick up the takedown.
Yeah, that's a nice takedown with the front headlock and the go behind, and there's an escape by Cousins. He got to his feet, worked a little hand control as Tutton tried to drop down to a single. He kicked that leg free and then turned and faced Tim Tutton. Tim Tutton trying to work that elbow pass. And again, I just love the physicalness of Tim Tutton. He just does such a great job. There's a front headlock again by Tutton, and he had Cousins on his side. Tried to go for the big move right there. He's got to get that forehead right in the ribs of Cousins, and you got to stay square. And they're going to go back to their feet. Nice front headlock and nice counter by Cousins. Ankle pick by Tutton. And nicely countered as Cousins got his feet back. There's another kid that has one speed that's 100%. That's Tim Tutton, Jamie.
He certainly is, and I got to see it on the football field the last couple of years from Tim Tutton, and I tell you what, he's just an outstanding athlete, and he's quick when he decides to go. He really goes after it, and like you said, 100% all the time.
Well, it's going to be Cousins' choice. He's going to defer over to Tutton, and Tutton is going to go down. Tutton will go down to start this second period. You know, dual meet scores 34-12 in favor of the West Delaware Hawks. There's a cross body ride by Cousins on the left side of Tim Tutton. And Tim Tutton's got a little work to do here. Now Tutton kicks the cross body ride, goes belly down. Tyler Still Monkeys is wrestling down there, JV. Huh. Usually don't. Oh, nice throw by Tutton. Let's see if he can sit his hips down. Let's see if he can sag on it. He's got a sag as Cousins is going to try to roll him through. He's going to pick up 2 out of it. Boy, you got to go back behind. And he's going to pick up 2 and 1. Tutton will pick up 2, and Cousins will pick up 1.
So that was a reversal, correct? Or were they on their feet?
Well, they started down. That should have been a reversal for Tutton.
And
an escape for Cousins, yes. It looked like a takedown because it was a lateral drop, but you got to continue to wrestle hard here. There's a nice low single by Tutton. His head's to the outside. He's got to cut across. Boy, there, nice job by Timmy Tutton. Well, if he didn't cut across here, Cousins was going to slap a crossbody right in him. Now Cousins short set. He latches on to the left leg of Tim Tutton. Tim Tutton with a crossface. Now you got to pick up near ankle. And he's reaching back for that left near ankle. Nice job by Tim Tutton. And they thought, keep going, keep going. They heard the whistle from the other mat, and they both stopped. They both stopped wrestling. And the referee said, hey, keep wrestling. That wasn't your whistle. Hard, tight waist by Tim Tutton. He's up 7-2 with 12 seconds left to go. And here's a point where you just want to ride right here. You don't want to get high. You don't want to give up a point with short time. And that's just exactly what Tim Tutton's going to do. And that's going to do it for the second period. We're going to go to the third period, and it's going to be Cousins' choice as he deferred. Coach Voss asking for some near fall points off that lateral drop. Didn't get it, and it's going to be Cousins' choice. He's going to go down to start this third period. All right. Cousins set. Tutton's going to ride the left side. There's a short, there's an inside stand-up by Cousins. Standing switch attempt by Cousins. Latches onto grabs the right leg of Tim Tutton. And now you got to be careful. If you're Tim Tutton, you really got to sag here. Crossface, pick up that near ankle. And we didn't get the head stuffed. So Cousins is going to pick up a 1-point escape. No change. Oh, they did give him 1. They gave Cousins 1 on the escape on the edge of the mat. So we're going back to neutral. 1:33 left to go, third period. And again, you got to wrestle right here. There's a throw-by attempt by Cousins, and Tutton countered that very nicely. There's another head slap by Cousins. And there's a tap and go by Cousins. Front headlock, got to be careful. Tutton in a headlock throw, and he's going to throw Cousins. And Cousins is going to roll through the headlock and pick up the 2-point takedown. And Jamie, that's kind of what we talked about earlier is, you know, you don't need a 5-point move right now. You need a single, you need a double. And you try to throw that headlock and got himself into trouble. And he's going to pick up a 1-point escape. Tutton is. There's a lateral drop attempt by Cousins. Tutton's got a sag. Get your hips down, Tim Tutton. And he does it. Cousins comes up in a headlock. I'll tell you what, that is just Tutton on his back again. That is trouble with a capital T. And Cousins with 33 seconds left to go looking for a fall. There's the fall. Boy, again, you just don't want to get yourself in that position. And Coach Voss is just fit to be tied right there. As you're up, you're dominating the match 7-2. And, you get thrown to your back. What's the guy to say? 34-18. Weight class 160 coming up. Jake Voss and Jake Kegeman. So another senior. There's Jamie, I know you're just fit to be tied. Tim Tutton again. That's it's just knowing. It's just Matt sense, knowing where to go, what to do, and again, you like to think that'll come, but you can't keep losing matches that you're ahead of. There's a duck under attempt by Kageman, nicely countered by Voss. Boy, that was in deep. Kageman was in deep on that duck under. He's a senior also, 2 good seniors. Again, we talked about 26 seniors. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams in the area, they're seniors. We got blood time again, Jamie. I'll tell you what, to talk about getting seniors out, keeping seniors out, we got 26 seniors here tonight, still wearing the singlets, still grappling, still doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, they really are, and that's what like you said, you like to get seniors out and keep them out, like you said. And, for 26 and 1 dual meet tonight is pretty impressive. Well,
Kageman's got to go over to the blood corner. Let's take a short time out, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. You won't want to miss any more of this great action from the Sabre Gymnasium right here on KMCH 94.7.
As we get you back here to Dewitt Central High School, Roger Reed and Jamie Vasky back with you here as we are up at weight class 160. West Delaware leading this dual meet 34-18. As the Hawks took some forfeits early in this duel. Will Wenger, Richie Heveron, Patrick Woods, Bo Vasky picking up forfeits for the Hawks, as Logan Riley and Sam Phillips picking up wins for West Delaware, and the Hawks have lost 4 matches, gave up a forfeit at 106. Has our team score 34-18. With 1:05 left to go in this first period here between Jake Voss and Jake Kageman, still scoreless between these 2 seniors.
I'll tell you what, this Jake Kageman is not backing down. There's no intimidation at all by Kageman wrestling the number 1 ranked Voss here. Voss doing a nice job with that, just staying heavy on the head and snapping the hands, snapping the shoulders. Doing a great job. And Kageman staying in and battling. And these 2 guys are built identical. Long and lean, 160-pounders. Great hips. And I'll tell you what, going at it. Great hand fighting. There's a single attempt by Kageman. A nice down block by Voss. Let's see if he can hit the go-behind. He tries to hit the go-behind, and Kageman sits and faces him. Voss now with a 2-on-1 Russian tie. And 16 seconds left to go in this first period. We're going to go to the second period, probably scoreless. Jake Voss, 2 tough matches tonight. 2 tough matches tonight, taking on Daniel Abresh. Tell you what, that's 3 really good 160-pounders. Jake Voss, Daniel Abresh from Mount Vernon, and Jake Kageman. And 11 seconds left to go. And our trainer's coming back out. I think Kageman lost his cotton. So he's going to step out and pick it up. And back to action we go. And first period's going to come to a close. And we got goose eggs up on the board. 0-0, Kageman and Voss. Weight class 160, number 1 ranked Voss has his hands full right here, Mr. Jamie Vasky.
He does. We said on the way down he'd have 2 good matches, tough matches tonight. And we saw him come out with a major decision against Abrish. And here he's got himself 0-0 yet with Kageman.
And he's got to really work here. We'll see if Kageman, these DeWitt Sabres have shown a tendency to throw the cross body right in, but Kageman will not as Voss comes to an outside stand-up, raises that left knee, splits the hands of Kageman, is going to score 1 on the escape, and we're going off the edge of the mat. Again, nice job by Voss to control those wrists of Kageman. Again, 34-18. The Hawks have almost doubled up the Sabres on the scoreboard, but a tough match right here. Sweep single by Voss. He's in deep, and Kageman with a nice down block counters that shot. That was a good job by Voss. Faked to the left, came back with a sweep single on the right, but Kageman was ready for it. 1:26 left to go. Kageman tries to drop in on a single on Voss, and Voss will have nothing to do with that. As they go off the edge of the mat, they're going to have to circle back in. Hard collar tie by Voss, retie by Kageman. Nice job, Jake Voss working that head. Nice. Snaps Kageman down to the mat. Let's see if he can score 2. There it is right there. And that's what working that head will do, Jamie. You're constantly snapping. You're constantly working that head. And Jake Voss finally made it work for himself.
He did, and that's what we talked about in that first match when he wrestled Daniel Abrish. You know, if you continually snapping the head in that front headlock series, you really wear down on a guy, and that's what Jake Voss did right there with Kageman. So once he got his head down, he was able to go around for the easy points.
Now he's working that inside wrist on the right side. He's got that wrist of Kageman's all wrapped up, and now Kageman rolls it to the outside, works it free. Voss over the top of the head of Kageman, trying to get that left arm rolled underneath. Maybe he's trying to set up that ball and chain. Now he's got an inside wrist. Once again, Kageman rolls it free. Maybe Voss will come with a hard crossface. Now he's got a 2-on-1 on the left side. Got 21 seconds left to go, second period. Jake Voss is tough on top. He does a great job riding, controls hips, controls arms. Voss working that inside wrist on the right side. Kageman doing a nice job rolling that out. And here's where those forearms just start burning, Jamie. You're rolling those wrists, you're turning, and those forearms are just burning right now. There's warning on Kageman for stalling as Voss wears him down to end the second period. And not only was he wearing him down, he was just cranking on that head, so Kageman has to go to the corner one more time for some blood. And, Jamie, this might be a good time to plug our Saturday, what's coming up Saturday.
Yeah, we've got the 5 Seasons duels, West Delaware. I believe this is the 22nd year for this tournament, so it's a dual tournament. What they do is there's 16 teams in this tournament, and or is there 32?
16 in this one.
16, that's right. 32 is the Battle of Waterloo. 16 teams in this tournament at 2 different sites. Half the schools will wrestle at Cedar Rapids, Washington. The other half will be at Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. And it's a dual tournament, so you wrestle your dual team as West Delaware will start. And the tournament starts at 9:30 on Saturday. And the Hawks will be at Cedar Rapids, Kennedy to start that dual tournament. So we'll get you all that information here as Jake Voss and Jake Kageman are back at it here. Coach Voss will talk to him and get his insight on the tournament coming up on Saturday as West Delaware will wrestle at 9:30 over at the Cedar Rapids Kennedy Gymnasium.
And Jamie, we talked about this being one of the toughest. I mean, you're going to get the teams up for us here in a second. This is going to be one of the toughest extravaganzas ever put together with the quality of, they talked, I think, over 50 ranked wrestlers and just unbelievable competition.
The Hawks will take on Urbandale in the first round of that tournament as they will face the winner of Linmar, or the loser, winner of that one will take on the winner of Linmar versus Waterloo East. The West Delaware JV will also be there as they will take on Cedar Rapids Prairie in the first duel, as the winner of that one will take on the winner of Charles City and Cedar Rapids Kennedy. As those Linmar and Cedar Rapids Prairie wrestling tonight, that'll be a great duel down at the Prairie Gymnasium tonight. On the top side, you got Iowa City High taking on Alburnett, Kaukauna, Wisconsin taking on Cedar Rapids, Washington, a good team from up in Wisconsin. Iowa City West taking on Mason City, and Bettendorf taking on Marion. So even your quarterfinal matchups are going to be outstanding on Saturday.
They certainly are, and that's we'll have it for you on KMCH.com, and then we'll have the afternoon session live for you. All right, back to action. Kageman gets the cotton in his nose one more time, and we are back to action. Jake Voss hanging on to a 3-1 lead is all. You know, Voss has dominated this match, but it's only 3-1 and escaping a takedown. There's a long shot by Kageman, and Voss is going to hit him with a go-behind. That's a nice job right there. And he goes up now 5-1. He's going to cut Kageman loose. And I think he might have Kageman thinking right now. 5-2. And I think the Hawks are in pretty good shape, Jamie, physically. Their conditioning is paid. There's a low John Smith single by Voss. He's going to try to get one more. That was a great shot by Voss. Got in on the laces, and now he's working that head of Kageman. He's got 13 seconds to score one more. Kageman trying to tie him up. There's a high crotch by Voss. He sits Kageman on his backside. He's got 7 seconds. There's 2. What a great job. Jake Voss picks up 3 takedowns in the final 20 seconds, and he's going to go up 9-3 Not your major, but very close, and that was domination by Jake Voss, and that's why he's ranked number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Solid match there, Jamie. That's 3 takedowns in the last about 28 seconds of that match.
And you could see Coach Voss over there in the corner saying, get another one, and he was able to. And, his lungs are burning too this early in the season, but I tell you what, he really outworked Kageman there and really got him to gas out there.
You're exactly right. Well, we've got Brent Lammers, Corey Russell, and Scott Taylor coming up. We've got 3 matches left in this duel. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the JV matches last longer than this varsity match, but we'll find out here in just a second. All right, Brent Lammers, fresh off that outstanding win over top number 1 ranked Trey Ryan. Number 2 ranked, number 2 ranked Trey Ryan from Mount Vernon. That was just an outstanding, one of the best matches that we have called this year. And Brent Lammers staying with it. Now he's got his hands full here with Drew Schrader, another senior. Again, nine seniors in that DeWitt lineup tonight. And Brent Lammers is on the go again. Drew Schrader, short and stocky, very physical looking. Brent Lammers, he's not the most physical 170-pounder we've ever seen, but we know he's got the quickness, he's got the explosiveness, he's got the strength, as we saw in that last match, to go with him.
Yeah, he really does, and that's those are kind of some intangibles you need, and you can be a successful wrestler, and he's got those qualities. So, a tough opponent here.
Tough opponent in Drew Schrader. And I'll tell you what, nice working by Lammers, is working that head again. Button heads in the center of the mat. Our official has to separate them, as these guys were butting their heads right in the center of the mat there. Boy, you just like to see that competitiveness. And just some quality wrestling here tonight in the Sabre Gymnasium. And going to have one more duel here tonight with Mount Vernon taking on the Sabres. Hard tie now by Schrader, and he's going to try to go upper body with Lammers. Lammers is going to have to sag, and he does. And Lammers comes with a snap down attempt. Schrader stepped in and tried to lock up and over and under, and Lammers had to back himself out and then hit Schrader with the snap down. Nice job by Lammers. There's a double attempt by Lammers. Schrader catches him with a double underhook. 13 seconds left to go. Again, you don't want to get tossed on your back here. Double underhook by Schrader. Lammers is sagging. Now front headlock by Schrader on Lammers, and he's trying to snap Lammers down to the mat. Lammers does a nice job. And we're going to get a stop right there as the first period comes to a close. And it's going to be Schrader's choice, and he's going to choose down. So what's Schrader-Ryan match will be very interesting in that next duel, Jamie.
Yeah,
we're not going to stay and watch it.
No. Well, yeah, that should be a good match.
That'll be another good one. There's a nice stand-up by Schrader, a nice lift and return by Lammers. Locked around the waist, picked him up, got him elevated off the mat, and took him right down. Lammers this time will ride the right side. We're going to get a caution on Brett Lammers for starting too soon. Started on the right side, then he quickly went to the left side. He's going to do it again. We'll see what he does here. Starts on the right, quickly goes to the left. And Schrader with a knee slide to a stand-up, and there's a roll. Off the edge they go. That was a nice series there by Schrader as he came to that knee slide, and then as Lammers followed him, he hit him with that short side roll, but they went off the edge of the mat. Lammers now will start on the left side, go over to the right side. Now he's got Schrader belly down on the mat. That's a nice job by the junior from West Delaware. Hard crossface now by Lammers from right to left. He's going to reach underneath that right arm and grab that left arm, and now he's going to spiral ride. He's going to spiral ride Schrader, and he's going to try to tip Schrader with that tilt. Maybe a ball and chain is in store, so he's trying to set up that ball and chain. Schrader trying to crawl forward and free that left arm. Outstanding job by Lammers right now. He's working that ball and chain. Let's see if he can tie Schrader's arm up with it. Looking at a half Nelson from underneath. He's got it locked up. Let's see if he can hit him with a chicken wing. He's got a ball and chain locked up on the left, and he's trying to scoop that right arm into a chicken wing. And Coach Voss said, hey, get your head right in his ribs, and he is. He's got the wing locked up. And Schrader's going to crawl and find himself on the edge of the mat, now off the edge of the mat. Lammer's going to pick him up and bring him back into the mat. Oh, you like to see that. The Lammer's going to try to throw him to his back, and he does, and they go off the mat. Now we got to get a restart. 41 seconds left to go. An outstanding job right here by Brett Lammers. Almost got another caution. There's a stand-up, and Lammers reaches down, goes tight waist near ankle, tries to step in and Turk. Nice job by Lammers to control that first movement of Drew Schrader. 29 seconds left to go. Lammers has the left arm of Schrader trapped. He reaches down and picks up that inside knee, that near knee, tries to step through and Turk. Tell you what, has been all Lammers pressuring Schrader from the get-go this second period. Lammers is 14 seconds away from riding Schrader out this whole 2 minutes. And boy, to have a riding time clock and pick up a point right here. Lammers applying that shoulder pressure. And that's going to do it for our second period. It's going to be Lammers' choice to start the third period. And we'll see if he chooses down.
Has a good period for him. You know, he did a nice job of coming out there and riding him for the full 2 minutes. And now it's going to be his choice. He's got to do something from the bottom here and try to get away.
Well, you're exactly right, and you want to do it right now. You don't want to wait around. You don't want to mess around. There's a nice inside stand up, and Lammers tries a standing switch, but Schrader latches on, traps that left arm. Now he's got a 2-on-1. Lammers back to his feet, and a back trip by Schrader, and Schrader now trying to go to an over and under on the legs of Brett Lammers, and Lammers going to scissor his legs and free that over and under. Now he's got his left arm trapped underneath. Schrader trying to go to a butcher. Lammers to his feet, standing up, and off the edge of the mat we go. Good series right there, movement.
That was, and that's what you got to have if you're going to come up. You don't want to see, we don't want to see him just laying around underneath and getting broke down. He's got to come up and keep that movement going and get back to his feet and then break the hands and get away.
There's Lammers, nice inside stand-up. He clears that arm. He's going to pick up a one-point escape. Lammer takes the early lead right now, 1-0. 1-0, third period. Again, Brett Lammers in a couple of dog fights here tonight. Trey Ryan from Mount Vernon and Drew Schrader from Central DeWitt. I'll tell you, here's another weight class at that Walmack that is just going to be, I'll tell you what, the finals of that Walmack tournament is going to be a mini-state tournament, Jamie. We talk about that year in and year out, how many placers. I think last year the Walmack had 38 state qualifiers or something like that, and just unbelievable level of wrestling in probably the toughest two-way conference in the state overall.
It really is, and that's every year it seems like we get a lot of those Walmack kids to the state tournament. We always add it up, and it's a pretty impressive number by the end of the year. How many year after year, how many kids out of the Walmack make it into the state tournament, and even more than that, how many of them are place winners?
Yeah, we'll keep track of that again this year. We'll have that for you that third week in February from the well. We'll have that. We'll probably have that on the state preview show. I know you'll have your facts all ready to go, but that's a long way away as this wrestling season is just getting into full swing. But like every year, it'll be here before we know it. 18 seconds left. 1-0. Schrader now trying to get in on Lammers. Lammers doing a great job working the head. 6 seconds left. Schrader now trying to go over and under, and we're going to get warning against Lammers. And no points there. Well, you can just see Schrader trying to load Lammers up with that over and under lateral drop, and that's going to do it as they go off the mat, and time's going to run out. Brett Lammers is going to pick up another impressive win here, 1-0. And that's a great night of wrestling there, Jamie.
That's a lot of wrestling for him. You know, he went two full matches, and they were both barn burners. So that's going to make our team score 40-18 now in favor of the Hawks. We're going to move up to weight class 182, and Coy Russell for West Delaware is going to be taking on Chase Cracklio, another familiar name, another senior for the DeWitt Central Sabres. And I tell you what, he's a tough one.
He is a tough one. Chase Cracklio, it seems like he's been in the lineup for a long time. And I'll tell you what, Coy Russell, we'll see what Coy Russell is made of right here when he takes on Chase Cracklio. Tell you what, the Chase Cracklio put together, 182-pounder, looks like he probably could have been a linebacker on that very fine Central DeWitt football team. or maybe a guard, something like that. But I'll tell you what, he is put together, short, stocky. There's a high crotch by Cracklio. He's in deep. Russell's going to try to catch him with a neck wrench. I'll tell you what, it's going to be pretty hard to neck wrench somebody that is that quick and that physical. Hard crossface by Cracklio. He's got Russell tied up in a crossface cradle, and he's got Corey Russell on his back. Russell's going to kick free. Is that going to be a 2-point near fall?
Yep.
That's going to be a 2-point near fall for Cracklio. Corey Russell tried to hit him with a side roll, and Coach Voss said, hey, no rolls, just get to your feet.
Sound advice, I would say.
I would concur. Again, at this level, Russell, a quality opponent, that move is kind of hard. You try to hit that side roll. Usually you end up on your side. And Chase Cracklio trying to work a butcher on that right arm of Corey Russell. Now a hard forearm by Cracklio to the back of the neck of Corey Russell. And now a chicken wing by Cracklio. Tell you what, Cracklio is just working one pinning combination to another. If Corey Russell can keep this, if he can withstand this flurry right now, if he can weather this storm, this Cracklio tornado, and take this into the second and third period, I think Corey Russell could have a chance as Cracklio gets up a little winded as he comes from the edge of the mat. We'll see what kind of conditioning, see if that conditioning pays off for Corey Russell. Corey Russell in a hard tripod. There's that crossface cradle by Cracklio, and he's got Russell tied up one more time. Russell's going to kick out of it. And let's see if he can get his hips up. He kicked out, but he's going to give up another 2-point near fall with that cross. So it gave him 3. Cracklio picked up 3. And now our official gets in the way as Russell tries to hit a stand-up on the edge of the mat. So he's going to blow his whistle. Off the mat we go. Back to the center, 7-0 in favor of the senior from Central DeWitt, Chase Cracklio. There's the set. There's a short sit by Russell. And this will be a good experience for Corey Russell. Russell, know what you got to do. You're going to have to beat some of these guys to place at the Walmack tournament. And
he's just a sophomore. He's gonna take his lumps like some sophomores and freshmen are gonna do. But I tell you what, he's only gonna get better because of it.
No, you're exactly right, Jamie. And good things are to come. All right, here we go. Bottom man set. It's going to be Cracklio. Russell's going to ride the left side. There's a quick stand-up, inside stand-up, hip heist by Cracklio. He's going to hit a go-behind and then pick up a 2-point reversal. He now goes up 9-0. Corey Russell trying to work a little bit of hand control on Cracklio, but having a very difficult time to do that. Cracklio draped all over Russell. Russell now keeps hand control on the left arm of Cracklio. Let's see if he can come with a stand-up. Comes with a nice stand-up, and Cracklio is going to cut him loose, 9-1 now. And here's what we talked about. If he can weather that storm and now push the tempo a little bit, maybe get a quick takedown here, Corey Russell's got a chance here. Russell tried to set up a double leg takedown and a front headlock, and he drove over the top of Cracklio and picked up a 2-point takedown. Now a power half Nelson by Russell. He's got it sunk in deep. Let's see if he can turn Cracklio to his back. Cracklio finds the outside edge. Now I'm telling you what, stop the mat, Mr. Official. They're off the edge. Thank you very much. Just what we talked about, Jamie. Cracklio very slow getting up. Takes a peek at the clock.
How do you do that?
Hey, it's just part of it.
And you and I, we've commented on this in the past, where early in the season, a lot of teams aren't quite conditioned. Knew that was coming. Saw that blocked hands by Russell coming up. But, a lot of teams aren't conditioned early in the season. But it always seems like when it comes down to a conditioning match, West Delaware is always better conditioned than some other teams we see.
Well, the first thing I like to do is look at the face, the skin color of the face. And I tell you what, Corey Russell looks like he's in good condition so far. Chase Cracklio takes a peek at the clock, and he says, oh, man, I got 52 seconds left to go. There's a quick stand-up by Cracklio. Russell's going to dive in on a double. Hold him to his back. He's got back points. Oh, boy, 2-point near foul. Now he's counting. He was very slow getting there. Russell's going to pick him up. He's got to reverse half. There's a fall. Cracklio was buried. Yeah! Fall. Woo! Corey Russell, you could just see it coming. What a huge win for the sophomore from West Delaware. And I'm telling you what, Jamie, you could just see it as Cracklio peeked up at the clock and saw a lot of time on the clock, and he is spent right now. He blew a left lung, he blew a right lung.
It was only the second period.
It was only the second period. Corey Russell weathered the storm, not only weathered the storm, but picked up a huge fall. I'm not sure what our official was looking at that first time.
Well, he said they were out of bounds. And Corey Russell, I tell you,
he picked him up.
I wish we had, if people watching at home saw the webcast from Dewitt Central here, Cracklio laid on his back, and Coy just got up on his knees and scooted him over and pulled him back on the mat twice and got the fall. What a match. 3:28 the fall time for Coy Russell.
Huge. That was huge.
The varsity is going to get done before the
varsity's
JV.
going to get done. JV's going to get ready to go both matches. All right, we're on our final match right here with Scotty Taylor at 195 taking on Troy Hamilton. Two seniors again. Two seniors. Hamilton a senior and Taylor a senior. Again, the Hawks up 46-18. And again, that's that conditioning. Boy, you're never out of a match. If you can battle, if you can work, you're never out of a match. And, you could just kind of see Cracklio's face. He peeked at the clock. There was 52 seconds left to go in the second period. And he said, oh, man, I got 52 seconds, and it's only the second period. And Russell kept coming. And I'll tell you what, that just paid off huge. So great match there by Coy Russell, the sophomore from West Delaware, picking up a huge win. All right, Scotty Taylor, Troy Hamilton. Hamilton, a short, squatty body here. Scotty Taylor with the size advantage. And we'll see if he can go to work. He can go to work on Troy Hamilton and finish this up. The Hawks are up 46-18. And boy, a fantastic job and a couple of solid duels tonight. A couple of solid duel wins. See if we can get Coach Voss for just a second after this match. 27 seconds left to go, first period. Taylor working the head on Hamilton. Again, we've seen the West Delaware Hawks do that in the course of both of these matches, and it certainly has paid off late. They're on the head, they're snapping down. There's a long shot by Hamilton, a go behind by Taylor, and off the edge of the mat they go. And back to the center, 12 seconds left. And Scott Taylor not sure what to do with a very short and stocky Hamilton. He's just kind of looking him over and saying, boy, what do I got to do? It's hard for me to get underneath that short, stocky frame. It's going to be Hamilton's choice. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to go down. And that's going to put Scott Taylor up. And Coach Voss says, hey, Russell's smart. Taylor up, bouncing back and forth. Hamilton set. And there's the whistle. Spiral ride by Taylor. And he's going to try to step over that ankle. He's got Hamilton flat on his stomach, center of the mat. Now trying to work a hard crossface. Now he's going to step over that left ankle, shoving that elbow, and going to try to go to a hard crossface and take Hamilton to his back. He's got a great crossface cradle to Scott Taylor. Let's see if he can get it locked up. He's working on shoving that elbow and curling that head to the right knee. 129-0-0, no score after that first period. And Hamilton back up on all fours, and Scott Taylor says, hey, back down, buddy. He picks up an ankle, drives him forward, and he's really trying to work that elbow. I think he could scoop that inside wrist out to a bar, but he's going to try to work that crossface. He's going to try to work that crossface cradle. Hamilton's doing a nice job just staying wide. And Coach Voss up out of his chair now, offering some encouragement and said keeping the elbow. And Hamilton's doing a nice job just working some hand control. And there comes Scott Taylor with the power half Nelson. He stepped over that left ankle, trying to work a hard crossface. And doing a great job riding. 41 seconds left. Now he's got the hard crossface to the elbow. I think if he circles the head, he's got a butcher. He's got Troy Hamilton on his back. And he's going to tee out. High bridge by Hamilton. Taylor's going to try to tee out. He's got to get his chest down, his chest up on top. Reverse half Nelson. Reverse half Nelson by Taylor. And he's going to score a fall right here if he can get off his knees on his toes, lift the head of Troy Hamilton. 12 seconds, there's the fall right there. 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Scotty Taylor is going to win by fall, making the score 52-18. Let's take a short timeout. Jamie's tallying up his facts and his figures, and we'll be right back. Stay with us for our recap. You won't want to miss it. Right here on Eastern Iowa's Wrestling Station, 94.7 KMCH.
Back here at DeWitt Central High School, the West Delaware Hawks win them both tonight, 2-0 on the night as they defeat Mount Vernon in duel number 1. 43-21, defeat DeWitt Central 52-18 in duel number 2. Jamie Vasky and Roger Reed back with you here as Roger called it earlier, the JV still going, the varsity done before the JV tonight. So we will recap the Central DeWitt duel. Not sure if we'll get Coach Voss as he is going to continue coaching here tonight, coach the JV kids. Probably won't get him before we wrap up tonight, but for sure you will hear him Saturday morning on the morning sports on the coach's corner, Saturday morning. Take a look at this duel at 220 pounds. Will Wenger winning by forfeit, putting the Hawks up right away 6-0. Richard Hevron receiving a forfeit. The Hawks then gave up a forfeit at 106. And Patrick Woods getting a forfeit at 113, making the score 18-6. Logan Riley then won by fall in 55 seconds to make the score 24-6. Sam Phillips with a 12-1 major decision, a great match against a good opponent in Ryland Doolittle, making the score 28-6. Zach Meyer then lost 6-4 to Walker Wagner. Bo Vasky picked up another forfeit for the Hawks at 138. At 145 pounds, Mason Steffen losing 4-3 to Emmett Enyart. Close match there for Steffen. That made the score 34-12. Timmy Tutton was then pinned by Mason Cousins in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Jake Voss with a 9-3 win over Jake Kageman, making the score 37-18. Brent Lammers then with another hard-fought win. He had two tough matches tonight. He won them both, one against second-ranked Trey Ryan of Mount Vernon, and this one against Drew Schrader from DeWitt Central at 170 pounds. He wins that match 1-0, and Drew Schrader ranked 9th in the state in Class 2A. At 182 pounds, Chase Crackleo had a takedown and some points against Coy Russell, but Coy Russell, his gas tank appeared to be a little bit bigger tonight as Crackleo cracked under the pressure, and Russell picking up the fall in 3 minutes and 28 seconds, making the score 46-18. And Scotty Taylor with a fall over Troy Hamilton in 3 minutes and 49 seconds, making the final team score 52-18. The Hawks win 10 matches. DeWitt Central wins 4. West Delaware had 3 pins. DeWitt Central had 1. 12 takedowns for the Hawks, 4 for DeWitt Central, and 2 major decisions on the night for the Hawks, 1 in each duel, and they win them both 52-18 and 43-21. As we take a look, as you mentioned, to this Saturday's duel tournament, as we will get you, the Hawks will be at the 5 Seasons duels in Cedar Rapids. They will start at Cedar Rapids Kennedy as they will take on Urbandale in that first duel. The West Delaware JV will also be at Cedar Rapids Kennedy. They'll both be at Kennedy High School. That's on 42nd Street. Go east off of 380 on west on 42nd Street off of 380, and that'll get you to Kennedy High School there on your right side as you're going down 42nd Street, as the Hawks will take on Urbandale. The winner of that match will take on the winner of Linmar and Waterloo East. The West Delaware JV also, as we mentioned, at Kennedy High School. They will be at against Cedar Rapids Prairie. The winner of that one will take on the winner of Charles City and Cedar Rapids Kennedy. We mentioned how good this tournament is. It's one of the toughest tournaments the Hawks are in all year. Again, adding to their preseason or before Christmas schedule, a very tough one. Bettendorf and Marion will be on the top of the top bracket. Iowa City West and Mason City, Kaukauna, Wisconsin, and Cedar Rapids, Washington, Alburnett, and Iowa City City High will all be at Cedar Rapids, Washington tomorrow. All the other teams at Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Cedar Rapids Kennedy are Linn-Mar, Waterloo East, West Delaware, Urbandale, Charles City, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and Prairie and the West Delaware JV will all be at Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Don't forget, we've got coming up for you tomorrow right here on KMCH. Still a lot to come here this week on Mix 94.7, as tomorrow night it'll be West Delaware girls basketball right back here at Dewitt Central as they will take on the Lady Sabres. John Swisher with the call on that one. Maybe Corey Coates, I believe, possibly with the call with John Swisher on that one. And then Saturday morning, the Area Winter Sports Coaches Corner with John Swisher starting at 9 a.m. And then, of course, Roger and I will be on the internet to start the day at 9:30. As those first couple duels, we will be on KMCH.com, the second stream only, and then we will take the air for the last couple duels in that afternoon right on KMCH. And then girl-boy doubleheader Saturday night as Anamosa is at Monticello for that boy-girl doubleheader, 5 o'clock start time for that. So we've got it for you all right here. And Roger, just outstanding night here for the Hawks tonight as they pick up 2 Walmart Conference victories.
Well, we talked about that on the way down, how this would be 2 tough duels, but the Hawks didn't make them tough. You know, they came out and the toss-up matches, the majority of the toss-up matches they won. The matches they were supposed to win, they won by fall, and then they won a couple upset matches, and they won those just by being in better condition, better position, and just wanting the match more. And that is huge. If you're out there, you got better condition, you're hungry to win. I said that goes a long way in winning those tough matches. And the Hawks put together a couple of runs there and come out of here 2-0.
Well, they do, and the Hawks improve their record to 3-1 on this young season as they move on to Saturday, and they'll get a few more duels under their belt this Saturday and the following Saturday as well in that Battle of Waterloo. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We'd like to thank the sponsors of high school wrestling right here on KMCH. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you all the great coverage here of West Delaware wrestling and high school wrestling on Mix 94.7. And so we got to thank those sponsors. Get out there and shop locally. I'd like to thank Darby Washington for running the boards for us this evening. Big thanks to Darby for doing that for us tonight. And most of all, thank you, the listeners, as we do what we do just for you. And that's why we love wrestling. It's fun to cover these meets every Thursday and Saturday, and we love doing it. We're going to continue to bring you high school wrestling right here on KMCH. For my partner, Roger Reed, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from DeWitt Central High School. Once again, the final. The West Delaware Hawks defeat Mount Vernon 43-21, and DeWitt Central 52-18. And don't forget, when you tune us in, we're going to turn you on to the best wrestling in Eastern Iowa right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Good night, everybody.